And so we knew that it was time to do something different. And we knew that real estate could offer two things for us. It could offer financial freedom, and it could offer time freedom. Because time freedom goes right along with financial freedom. We wanted to create a system where we could spend more time with each other, enjoy more of each other's time, and also create a sustainable income to where we can live the life that we know we deserve to live, and more importantly, we can get out there and give back and serve and do amazing things as well. And so we started this company, and originally we were just doing fix and flips. We were just purchasing properties and we were rehabbing them, not green, and then we were selling them to FHA buyers that lived in the area, and we were assisting them in getting the first-time home buyer's tax credit, $8,000. And very quickly we realized how much equity and how much cash flow were in these deals, and we realized that in order to really start living the life that we deserve now, we had to start keeping some of these properties. But we were in a dilemma, because if we started keeping all these properties, we wouldn't have any more income coming in to live the life we deserve and also to continue to build our portfolio. And that's when we decided to start a wholesaling company, because we'd already had the system and the team in place. We had the brokers, the agents, the title companies, the project managers, the property managers, the contractors, the subcontractors. And that's one of the most challenging things that you're going to find in real estate, is building your team. Because in real estate, it's all about leverage. You don't want to do it all yourself. You want to build your team. And it's challenging building and surrounding yourself with the team that are going to be accountable and get stuff done the way you want to get it done. And so because we made a lot of mistakes, because we spent a lot of money investing in the School of Hard Knocks and going through the wrong people, we felt that, hey, now that we have this team, there's a lot of value to that. And if we can get out there and hand deliver these amazing deals to people that are seeking passive income, to people that want more financial freedom, we could hand deliver that while at the same time hand delivering it to ourselves. And that's why we started doing it. So what we do is we assist people in creating wealth by making sure that their assets outweigh their liabilities. And we talked about this earlier, the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? An asset is defined as anything that puts money in your pocket. A liability is defined as anything that takes money out of your pocket. So generally like a monthly expense, a car payment, whatever it is, right? Well, for most of us, and for me, before I started investing, my financial spreadsheet was completely out of whack. Basically meaning my liabilities were up here. I had a lot of bills and a lot of expenses and toys that I tied myself into because I didn't have a good mentor to show me the way. And my assets were down here. The only asset I had was my job at the time, but that was an active asset. I had to put 70 hours in a week to maintain that asset to keep coming in. And so it was a little bit more challenging for us to create this and make our assets go up here and our liabilities go down here. But one thing you're going to find out is that the biggest difference between the wealthy and the poor and middle class is the way they think. That's it. It's the way they think. And I think it's safe to say we can all agree that our brain is either our biggest asset or our biggest liability, right? And so one of the biggest differences is this. What the wealthy do is if they're looking to go out and create another liability for themselves, so let's say they want to go out and buy a new car, or they want to buy a new boat, or they want whatever it is, and let's say that new car is $500 a month. Well, what they do is they go purchase an asset first that's going to pay them an additional $500 a month, and then they'll purchase that new liability. So basically what happens is their financial spreadsheet goes like this, as opposed to buying the car first and it kind of going like this. Does that make sense? So when we think about it, think about it. What does your financial spreadsheet look like? Are your assets outweighing your liabilities? And unfortunately, for most of us, it's not. And it's not really our fault. This isn't the type of stuff that we learn in school. This is stuff that you have to go out and seek the information and put it to action. This is kind of a crazy statistic, and Sherry was the one that originally showed me the statistic. And this is done by, which accounting firm was it?
Department of Health and Human Services.
Okay, Department of Health and Human Services. And basically what it talked about is by the age of 65, and Sherry hit on this a little bit, 1% of us make it to wealth. Think about that for a second. 1%. We live in the most lucrative country in the world, supposedly, and 1 out of 100 people make it to wealth. And wealth is defined by our government as having a net worth of $3 million or more. Okay? So statistically, if we were just to go off the statistics, no one in this room would make it because we don't have 100 people in here. It's pretty sad. See, 54%, they're still dependent on church, family, friends, government. 36% are still working. We see that a lot. We go places and we see people in their 60s and 70s. They're still working. 5% are no longer with us. 4%, some say they're the lucky ones, right? 4% are financially independent. Now, by show of hands, who would like to be financially independent? Sounds kind of sexy, doesn't it? The government has a way of making certain things sound better than they are. But again, as Sherry talked about a little earlier, the government's definition of being financially independent is being able to pay yourself $3,000 a month in retirement.